Hello everyone. Today we'll be solving Cambridge IGCSE Biology Paper 2 Multiple Choice Extended February-March 2021 Paper 2-2. Guys, this is a two-part series video. In the first part of the video, we are going to be solving from question number 1 to question number 20. And in the second part, we'll be solving from question number 21 to question number 40. Guys, both of these videos will be put into a playlist. So definitely check that particular playlist out. And all of the other videos, those that are related to 0610 paper 22 and those similar variants, all right, will be put into a playlist. So please check it out. Question number 1. Wood lice are small organisms that live in damp places. In an experiment, 3 live wood lice are put into a glass container. The diagram shows what happens after 30 minutes. We have a damp region and we have a dry region. Wood lice placed in hole at this particular location. Chemicals that absorb water are used in the dry region to keep it dry. Which characteristics of living organism is shown by this experiment? So the wood lice love to stay in a damp place. So it senses that particular dampness. And what it does, it moves in that particular direction. So what we are looking in this particular portion here is sensitivity. So guys, D will be the correct answer. Which species can breed with Prunella vulgaris to produce fertile offspring? Guys, this particular organism, vulgaris, and the genus is Prunella. All right. So none of these particular species are Prunella vulgaris. All right. There is a vulgaris, there is a Prunella. However, they are not the same species. So because of that, none of them will be able to breed to produce fertile offspring. Question number 3. What is the correct order of arthropod groups from those with the most legs to those with the fewest legs? Now guys, we know that arachnids have 8 legs and myriapods have many legs. So myriapods will definitely be first. After that, crustaceans generally have higher number of legs than insects. So crustaceans is going to be the next. Arachnids will have 8 legs, insect have 6 legs. So guys, question number 3, C will be the correct answer. 4. The diagram shows 4 animal cells as seen under a light microscope. What will be present at X? Guys, at X, 2 cells are touching each other. So definitely there will be 2-cell membrane. So 2-cell membrane. 4C. The diagram shows a root hair cell. How is the cell modified for the absorption of air? Guys, we can see a very large extension of the particular cell, which increases its surface area. All right. So the question says how the cell is modified for absorption of water. It has cellulose cell wall. All right, every plant cell has cellulose cell wall, so there is no modification there. It has a thin layer of cytoplasm. There is no modification there. It has a large surface area. Yes, large surface area definitely allows it to absorb more water and faster. Question 6. A student draws a diagram of a mitochondrion. The diagram has a magnification of 20,000. The diagram is 5 centimeter long. What is the actual size of the mitochondrion? Guys, even though this particular diagram is given in centimeter, if you notice the answers, they're all provided in micrometer. So first of all, we need to convert this centimeter into micrometer. 1 centimeter is equals to 10 millimeter. And guys, 1 millimeter is equals to 1,000 micrometer. So the math will be pretty easy. All we have to do is we have to multiply. So 5 cm is equals to 5 into 10 into 1,000. And that will be the micrometer answer. All right. Now the question is, what is the actual size of the mitochondrion? To do this, we will have to use the formula magnification is equals to image divided by actual. So in this particular case, our concern is we'll have to find out what is the actual size. So we will make the A subject. So it will be I divided by M. Now the image is 50,000 micrometer divided by with 20,000 magnification. So when we do that, it cancels out and we get 2.5. So 2.5 micrometer will be the answer. 6D. Question number 7. A jar of air was placed upside down on top of a jar containing a brown gas as shown. After some time, after 1 hour, we can see air and the brown gas has mixed together. Which process has taken place? All right. So we can see that the brown gas has evenly distributed itself, and also which was air previously will definitely distribute itself in both places. So diffusion both upwards and downwards has occurred. A will be the correct answer. All right, let's see B, C, D, why they are wrong. All right, diffusion in one direction only will be wrong. There is no osmosis that is taking place here. Question number 8. Which row describes active transport? Particles moving through a cell membrane form a region of. All right, in active transport, particles move from a lower concentration to higher concentration. So C and D could be correct. Active transport requires energy from respiration. So it will be a yes. So 8D will be the correct answer. The bases on one strand of DNA molecule have the sequences CAGCT. What is the sequence of bases on the other strand? If we are trying to find out the opposite of C, that will be G. T, C, G, and A. So GTCGA. This will be the correct answer. 9B. Question number 10. The graph shows the effect of temperature on the rate of enzyme control reaction. As we can see from Y to Z, a slight increase in temperature caused the enzyme to fully denature. Which statements are correct? The collision frequency between substrate and enzyme increases between X and Y. This is correct, guys. As the temperature is increased, the rate of collision will also increase between the substrate and enzyme. The shape of the active site is altered between Y and Z. Guys, point number 2 is also correct because as the shape of the active site changes, that's why the rate of activity also just goes to 0. All right, because the shape of the active site is changing, so the substrate is no longer able to bind there. The enzyme is denatured irreversibly at X and Z. Guys, at X, which is at a lower temperature, enzyme does not denature irreversibly. So that is a wrong statement. All right, but at Z, yes, it could. So 1 and 2 correct. B will be the correct answer, guys. 11. Which graph represent the effect of pH on the activity of digestive enzyme? All right, effect of pH on the activity of digestive enzyme. Now, definitely we have to understand as the pH, all right, in pH, there is always a bell-shaped curve which we need to think of, all right? As the pH, for example, a particular enzyme has a pH of 7, which it works the best. Increasing the pH will cause it to lose its structure. Decreasing the pH will also cause it to lose its structure, and thereby activity of enzyme will decrease. So 11B will be the correct answer, guys. A is wrong because with increase in pH, the rate of activity was increasing, which is a completely wrong statement. C is wrong because with decrease or increase in pH, the rate of activity was increasing. All right. Activity of enzyme, all right, was decreasing with increase in pH. Guys, you have to understand enzymes are very sensitive to the pH that they are made for. So if a particular enzyme is taken into any alternative pHs, the enzyme activity will go down and it may also get denatured. Question number 12. In which process is oxygen a waste product? All right, oxygen is not produced in active transport. Oxygen is needed in aerobic respiration. Oxygen is not needed in anaerobic respiration. In photosynthesis, oxygen is produced as a waste product because the plant's main goal is to absorb carbon dioxide, use water with the carbon dioxide to produce glucose, and glucose is the molecule that the plant is looking for. Question number 13. Which layer in the leaf contains interconnecting air spaces? So interconnecting air spaces. All right. So air spaces, as we can see, these are air spaces, guys. This is air spaces. So we are getting interconnecting air spaces between the spongy mesophyll layer. So C will be the correct answer. Question number 14. Where does egestion takes place? Okay, egestion is taking place through our anus when feces comes out through our anus, which is mainly undigested food products. So D will be the correct answer. Question number 15. The diagram shows a fat globule in one part of the alimentary canal and the same fat globule as it appears in another part of the alimentary canal. In which part of the alimentary canal are P and Q found? We can see in Q there is a greater surface area. So this particular point will help us later on. So let's see. P is duodenum, all right, ileum, esophagus, or rectum. We know that in esophagus, the P structure is possible because no chances of breaking it down in the esophagus. All right, so fat molecules are not going to be broken down in the esophagus, so it's going to be there. However, in ileum, all right, there will be bile salts which will increase the surface area of that particular fat molecule. So the bile salt, all right, will provide that greater surface area in the ileum. So C will be the correct answer. The diagram shows enzymes and the product of reactions they catalyze. Which diagram match the enzyme with the correct products? So for amylase, amylase is going to break down carbohydrate into simple sugars. Lipase is going to produce fatty acid and glycerol. Protease is going to produce amino acid. All right. So according to this particular diagram, the one that we have drawn, A doesn't match. All right. B doesn't match. We can see, all right, C matches our structure. C matches our structure. So C will be the correct answer, guys. Question 17. Which statement about a function of xylem tissue is correct? Xylem tissue's function is to carry water and provide strength. So we will write it down. The main function of xylem is to carry water and also it provides strength. All right. So the first statement says it carries glucose. No, it doesn't. It helps to support stems and leaves. Yes, we already said that it provides strength, so it helps support. It is the only transport tissue in the plant. No, plant also have phloem. It carries water away from the leaves. All right. It carries water towards the leaves, so that's the wrong statement. 17B will be the correct answer, guys. Question number 18. What is part of the definition of transpiration? Transpiration is basically the loss of water vapor from the aerial parts of the plant. So the loss of water vapor from plants leaves by evaporation of water at the surface of the mesophyll cells. All right. So 18A is a correct statement. Let's see why the other statements are wrong. The movement of molecules in the cells of the organism where they're used. No, transpiration is exactly the definition that is given at 18A. So movement of molecules into the cells will be some sort of transport, like active transport or passive transport, like facilitated diffusion, or osmosis. The movement of molecules through a cell membrane from a region of low concentration to region of high concentration. All right. So that's basically active transport. So definitely wrong. Transport of mineral ions from the root into the stem and leaves. All right. From the root into the stem and leaves. All right. Yes. However, that is the job of xylem, but it does not define transpiration. So A will be the correct answer. Question 19. The diagram shows the circulation of blood in an organism. We can see heart to capillaries to heart to capillaries to heart. In which part of the organism is the location of the capillaries in the box? All right. So from the heart, then it goes to capillaries. Then from there, it goes to heart, and then it goes to capillaries. All right. So we can see oxygen is coming in here and carbon dioxide is getting out. And then we can see carbon dioxide is coming in and oxygen is getting out. All right. So this will be definitely mammalian lungs. All right. Because in mammalian lungs, the blood will go from heart to the lungs, from the lungs back to the heart, and then from the heart, all right, back to the body, which is the body. This is the body. All right. This was the lungs. And finally, from the body, it will come back to the heart. All right. Guys, question number 20. The photomicrograph shows human blood. Which blood component can carry out the process of phagocytosis? Okay. Phagocytosis can be carried out by phagocytes. And phagocytes have lobed nucleus. That is their unique characteristics. In order for that phagocytosis to be, to be allowed, it has to have lobed nucleus. So question number 20, A will be the correct answer, guys. Guys, that's all for today's video. Thank you for watching this particular video. If you like the video, then subscribe to the channel and hit the like. And basically, we upload videos like this every week. All right, and see you in the next video, guys. Bye bye.